I booked our divorce flight instead of your affair vacation. I booked a one-way ticket for myself using my husband's credit card after overhearing him plan his affair vacation with my in-laws' blessing. After 6 months working overseas, I couldn't wait to surprise my husband by coming home early. I spent my entire 14-hour flight imagining our reunion, how his face would light up seeing me at our doorstep. Instead, he glared at me across our dinner table. You know what? You were just on a plane, but I am exhausted from work. Got it. I also jumped on a plane right after work, I said, confused by his hostility. Didn't ask you to do that. You just rushed home on your own. When tears filled my eyes, he slammed his hand on the table. If you are going to be like this, don't come back at all. You are being annoying, Tyra. The next morning was worse. I envy you, he sneered. You get to relax at home while I am stuck working. When I explained my job responsibilities, he cut me off. You enjoy your time at home, princess, and stormed out. This wasn't the man I married, and 2 years together we disagreed, but he'd never been cruel. Then my mother-in-law called after brief pleasantries. She got to the point. I heard you upset Corey. He was quite angry. Before I could respond, she continued. We're planning a family trip to St. Bert's Island. Since you are experienced with travel, could you help with hotel reservations? Something felt wrong. My mother-in-law had never approved of me. Her texts while I worked abroad were clear. How can you be a wife and stay away for months? It was a mistake to let him marry you. When my husband returned that evening, his mood had completely changed. Mom called right. We can go on a trip to St. Bees. When I suggested he go without me, his demeanor darkened instantly. You need to understand your role here. The only time you are useful to us is when we're traveling. He demanded I make all arrangements, but put everything in his name. We'll split costs 50-50. It's a small price to pay to show respect to our parents. That night, I woke to find my husband missing from our bed. In the living room, I overheard his hushed phone conversation. It's all okay, Mom. They'll be there first thing in the morning as planned. Please handle the passport issue. I'm looking forward to it. I'll make sure to introduce her to you when I get back her. Not me. Everything suddenly made sense. I spent the night researching instead of sleeping. By morning, I'd found years of suspicious transactions, hidden hotel charges, and text messages to someone saved as work assistant, with heart emojis. While my husband showered, I made new arrangements. I canceled their family vacation and booked myself a one-way ticket to my hometown using his credit card. I packed only essentials and my important documents. I left the divorce papers on our bed along with printouts of all the evidence I'd found. My final note read, as explaining to your mother why Cassier is no vacation, consider my ticket the last transaction in our marriage. Mine is still cheaper than the therapy I need to stay with you. I am writing this from my parents' house where I've started rebuilding my life. My ex-mother-in-law still calls daily screaming about the ruined vacation. I simply remind her that I finally understood my role in their family and I quit. Some jobs aren't worth keeping, especially when you were just the travel agent for your husband's affair.